Hey, it's Carl from artofshred.com, and I'm here with an Epiphone Melody Maker E1. It is the cheapest Epiphone you can buy. The regular price is $159. Of course, I didn't pay that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to do a little bit something different here. We're going to unbox this, do some first impressions, talk about it a little bit, and there'll be no sound demo or official review yet, but just wanted to try something a little bit different, just kind of talking to you about the guitar a little bit, and we'll see how that goes, huh? And the actual review will probably not be posted for at least a month or two because I've got a lot of other reviews coming up. So of course subscribe and all that. But anyway, let's get to the unboxing. As far as case candy, we've got a bunch of Epiphone stickers. So I can open this bag. Warranty card. Epiphone sticker. Another Epiphone sticker. Another Epiphone sticker. And yet another Epiphone sticker. So if you want to decorate your guitar with Epiphone stickers, they've hooked you up. All right, so it came double boxed. Obviously the outside musician's friend box, and then this triangle Epiphone box. So I'm gonna keep that here. Very, very light guitar. Now, if you've played an Epiphone before, this is not, you gotta lower your expectations for, what did I say? Did I say Les? If you've played a Les Paul before, you gotta lower your expectations for the Epiphone Melody Maker, all right? But in any case, let's move on. Valuable accessories. I don't see Allen wrench or anything for the truss rod, but maybe it's in here. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Protecting the switch, and some paper to protect the frets. Ooh, all right, so there we are. This thing is really light. Let me grab, I'm a little bit out of breath. I was carrying all that stuff around. Let me grab my luggage scale and see how light this thing is. All right, first measurement, 5.1 pounds. Let's clear it out and do it again. I like to do 3 and average them out when I'm using one of these luggage scales. They're kind of imperfect, but you'll get pretty close. 4.9. So we got 5.1, 4.9, and third one, 5.0. So we're gonna say it's exactly 5 pounds. Yeah, very light guitar. If you like light guitars, that's a plus, right? It's also thin. Oh, let's get to some of the nitty-gritty, all right? Like I said earlier, $159 regular price. I got it on sale for $111.30. Of course, if you want to hear about these deals, subscribe to Riff City. I did send out this deal to the Riff City newsletter list. So, yeah, if you want to hear about deals when I hear about them, especially I try to keep it to deals that I'm interested in. Maybe I'll branch out to just more general deals over time. I don't know, we'll see. But right now I try to keep it to deals that I either buy myself or think are good deals. But I keep it light as far as that. Total with tax and shipping was $119.37, but of course Musician's Friend also has an 8% back in rewards. That's based on the regular, the actual price, not the price after tax. So I'll get about $9 back in rewards. So yeah, we'll say it's $111 for this guitar, which if a guitar if a guitar isn't messed up and it plays, and specifically I'm talking about messed up frets, which is a problem on a lot of cheap guitars, then I'm happy at a cheap price range. So let's check out these frets right now. All right, moment of truth. Do we have any sharpness? All right, no sharp frets. So, you know, there's maybe down here. No, it's good. So just like the other Epiphone that I haven't posted the review of yet, the Epiphone SG Special 1, that also the fret job was really nice. I have to say, as far as quality control, Epiphone has really never failed me. So I'm really happy with that, and it makes it a lot easier to recommend a guitar to beginners, or even if you want to mod or anything, when the fretwork isn't garbage, right? So anyway, yeah, very nice there. Now this finish is like it's matte. It's not shiny, and it's the same finish on the neck. And it's so like almost disconcerting when you look at a Les Paul. You're like, oh, it's gonna be heavy, right? But yeah, this thing is super, super light. Let me get my spec sheet again. All right. Obviously, you're gonna notice 2 single coil pickups, which again, odd for a Les Paul, but Gibson melody makers are they standard with P90s? I think so. Are they standard with P90s? Anyway, which P90s are single coil style pickups as well. So maybe they're kind of going for that. But yeah, kind of weird, right? When you see a Les Paul with single coils, but that's the Melody Maker E1 from Epiphone. Volume, tone, 3-way switch, and has also the wraparound style bridge that the Epiphone SG Special has as well. Bolt-on neck, made in China, 24 3/4 inch scale length. Here it says, has a 60s era Epiphone logo and a 2017 edition logo on the back of the headstock. This doesn't have a logo on the back of the headstock, so I don't know what that's about, but that's fine. Bell-shaped truss rod cover, you know, big deal obviously, but anyway, it's got the cheap tuners. Definitely it's going to be a plastic nut. We'll have to see how that holds up in the review as far as tuning and whatnot, stability. Poplar body, 60s slim taper D neck. Yeah, this is not a chunky neck at all. It's a thin neck. It's like, I would say, yeah, it's a fast neck. I like how it feels as far as that. I'm looking for my MS450, my Mitchell, to compare the two. As far as feel, well, the Mitchell is a heftier guitar, and you know, this is my favorite cheap guitar, so I doubt this is gonna beat that as far as that. Now the neck on this is the neck on the Melody Maker is thinner. Feels thinner anyway. Would have to measure it. I have calipers. I'm not gonna do that right now. But this is also a glossy neck and this is satin, so it has a different feel as far as that too. This is not a video about the Mitchell MS450, but if you want to see that, it'll be linked below. What else we got here? It says the fretboard is rosewood. Okay. Nut width, 1.68 inches. 20 frets. Fret size, medium frets. And what else? Ceramic single coils. A 650 SCR in the neck, a 700 SCT in the bridge. I'm not familiar with either one, so you'll have to subscribe to watch the review to hear what they sound like. And yeah, that's that. Made in China, if I didn't already say, I think I did. One weird thing about the description here is I just printed this from Musician's Friend. The control layout says volume 1, volume 2, tone 1, tone 2. So that's for other Les Pauls. This only has one volume, one tone. One thing I do want to do right now is I'm going to tune it up and see just out of the box how it's set up and how it plays. I know intonation's going to be off a little bit, not a big deal. I talk a lot about intonation. When you're a beginner, straight up, it doesn't matter. Like, it's obviously it's ideal to have your guitar set up perfectly, but when I got my first guitar, I didn't take it to get set up for probably like 6 months to a year after I bought it, and it was fine. You can play songs, you can, there's a little bit of imperfection once you get to the higher frets because they're out of tune a little bit if your intonation's off, but it's not a huge deal. But also, video below, it's very easy to do yourself. And yeah, let's tune this up. My trusty TU-15 from Boss. I've had this for since the 90s. Whoa, right now it's tuned to a low B, which obviously is fine for shipping because, give it some slack. All right, tuned up fine as far as that goes. Action is pretty high. Let's check how high. My trusty fret guru. Action gauge. Whew. It's 2.5 millimeters at the 12th fret on the low E, and the high E is just at 2. So yeah, super high action at the low, which easy enough to just screw down with whatever cheap screwdriver you've got. Now, obviously, when you're setting up guitars and stuff, you want to not do it in the air, but this is a cheap guitar, so if I slip and gouge something or whatever, big deal. Generally, you also want to slacken the strings a little bit when you're messing with the bridge, which I didn't do just now, but hey, you can't win them all. Whew. All right, it's still a little bit over 2 millimeters. So there's still a bunch of room. So let's keep going. I really didn't plan to do all this for this video, but screw it. Still just above 2. Now, my personal preference generally is like 1.5 to let's say 1 3/4, 1.75 millimeters. On these cheap guitars, for beginners, stuff like that, you don't need to be perfect, obviously. You want it to not be egregiously high, though, because it just makes it a little bit more difficult to play. So under 2 is a good benchmark. And there we go. We're under 2 on the low. I'm gonna just a little bit, because this is just at 2 on the high. I'm gonna just move it down just a little. And let's see that. Now we gotta retune. So, is this the thrilling kind of content you came here for? I hope so. All right, it's hey, wasn't gonna do a sound demo, and you're getting this mic up here, so it probably sounds really thin and not great, but not getting any fret buzz, so that's a positive. Well, I'm impressed. We've got no fret buzz. Annoying to play a guitar like this, but yeah, no fret buzz. Really nice as far as that. So, not a review. We'll get to a real review eventually. We'll put this through more of its paces, but first impressions, you know, yeah, it feels cheap. Like, what can you say? Cheap guitars feel cheap. You put your hands on enough guitars, you can kind of feel like, yeah, this feels kind of cheap, right? But a lot of things to like about this. Biggest one, obviously, is no fret issues. Clean frets, clean fretboard. You know, I haven't checked the straightness with, yeah, I mean, it looks straight. There's no fret buzz. So, I'm happy with that as far as first impressions. Now, I did do a first impressions video like 8 months ago or so for the Sire T7, and that bit me in the ass because I thought, like, well, I didn't have enough time with it, and I noticed a problem almost immediately after I posted that first impressions video. So, as usual for my reviews, I try to play the guitars 5 to 10 hours. It's not even I try, I do. I play the guitars for a bunch of hours. I mess around with them. I feel them out. And that's part of why it takes me so long to do reviews. Honestly, I could probably do the reviews after only playing a guitar for, 30 minutes, an hour or something. But I like to make sure if there are any issues, I've discovered them. You know what I mean? So, anyway, a few other things I will say just about this. It just, again, it feels cheap. I am losing my mind. What are these called? Yeah, these are cheap. These things, which my brain's not working. The plastic, holy crap. Help me out. Somebody in the comments tell me, because I'm being a moron. But overall, again, I think, and we'll see it obviously again, I'll put it through its paces. I think for a super cheap guitar, I don't really have any complaints about this one. Well, great. I don't know where my recording stopped, but my camera stopped, so here we are. Let's just close and end this video now. Decent first impressions on the Melody Maker E1. Kudos to you, Epiphone, for releasing cheap guitars that I think probably I could recommend, but I'm not going to hold myself to that because I haven't put it through the paces yet. But there it is, Melody Maker. If you like this style of video and you're not bored all to hell, let me know in the comments, like the video, stuff like that, because maybe I'll do more of these when I get a guitar. Maybe I'll do more first impression type videos, and we'll see. Oh, I'm already seeing a flaw on the fretboard here that I missed. We'll talk about that in the review. All right. It's not egregious. Until next time, see ya.